Hey everybody, welcome back to Battle Ready Inc. So we're starting to get to the end of this format, so we're just trying to cover one last round of just super fun decks that have really had their moment to kind of shine a little bit this format. We're speaking of Justimon and Gallantmon. Now Justimon will continue to repeatedly get support more and more just as time goes on. Gallantmon though is kind of going to be in one of these situations where it's going to kind of stall out for a time, so this is like peak Gallantmon right now for what is available. So if you're on the fence about when you want to play Gallantmon and you haven't yet, definitely do that now, because like for real, this is like peak Gallantmon time to play, and gonna be your best chance to do well with it. So we got a great feature match today. I've actually got two games, one where one deck really pops off and another game where the other deck really pops off, just because we weren't able to get a recording in with both decks just going ham on each other. So we got 1 and 1. Hopefully they are good enough and you like the video, and if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. A lot of viewers here out here that aren't subscribers yet. Don't forget though, our new memory marker this month is Tokomon. So if you're a Patamon fan, an Angel fan in general, this is a great one to add to your collection. Just a great simple little memory marker there. This is handmade out of clay by my wife, hand painted as well. You can find this on our Etsy page, link in the description below. Also there you can find all of our previous memory markers that we've featured on the channel, as well as some of our Battle Ready Inc. merch. All right, kicking things off, we've got Gallantmon going first. We're seeing the new Digimon going into the new Gallantmon here. So getting that draw inheritable as well as that a little bit of more deletion. And then just passing turn with a Tikado just to go ahead and get it online while you can. Kicking it over, though, we're going to see that the Monodramon there, or yeah, Monodramon? Man, those Justimon names, they always get to me. Coming down in raising area, just going to help not use its on-play effect, but we will see a Rio go ahead and get played here. So this is going to reveal the top of the deck and allow you to add one of the Dramon or Justimon to hand. So I believe it's top 4 of the deck here. It's a pretty solid searcher. I wish it was a memory fixer, but I also understand that its other effect, it's got these two really nice effects here. Picks up the red level 5. It does have Dramon in the name there, and it is a machine. So looking like they were missing the level 5 of their Evo chain there. And that also gives a 2k DP buff inheritable, which is pretty solid on Justimon. He is kind of on the, he's at 11. He's not the worst. If you get enough Rios, he's solid, but without it, it could be an issue. Here we're going to see the Strike Dramon now get Evo'd to pass turn here. Going to miss out on that Wind Digivolving effect. Bit of a shame there. But, they do have the level 5 there, and as long as they have the Justimon, they're not really missing out on any sort of searches at this point. As well as they could Evo into the what is it? The other level 5, actually for Justimon. All right, we're going to see Growlmon coming down in raising area here. Looks like just trying to draw into some pieces. Don't want to promote up too early here. You could promote and then go into the War Growl, but they're just going to play the Gallantmon here to search. So gets to add a Growlmon or a Gallantmon and a Tikado. Gets both the Growlmon as well as the Tikado there, and bottom decking 2 of the Gallmons. Another searcher as well as the promo draw 1 when attacking Gallmon. Great card for me. I love my my yellow hybrids with my red base. Kicking it back over here though, we do see the Strike Dramon go ahead and come up. They are at 3 memory, so they could Evo here into. Well, the question is, will they go into the Mega Dramon they picked up or something else? Okay, so they do go into the Mega Dramon here for 3. It is treated as black while it's on the field there. Can Evo on top of red or black. This is like the beginnings of duo colors before we had actual duo colors in the game. It was effects that gave them multiple colors, which I'm glad they got away from that, because in raising area, those effects don't work. It was always super frustrating. And then going to pass turn with the Justimon, leaving it out in the open there. Does get its Wind Digivolving effect, so it gets to pop that rookie. Dangerous game, though. Looks like red, though, is going to just let it go. Going to Evo for 0 into the Growlmon X for that draw. And then I would hope they go into a War Growl at this point. But definitely not looking the best. Oh, having to dig even further, going into the pyrosphere there, or the fireball, whatever you want to call it. So going to draw 2 here. There's no rookie to pop, so just a 2-play cost, draw 2. Looks like just trying to dig into something. Goes into the War Growl X. Doesn't even have the regular War Growlmon. Ouch. That is super, super big bummer. But going to kick it back over here. So we're going to see a Hagirmon coming down in raising there. It's an interesting include for sure. So just that vanilla 2-play cost, 0 Evo, 3000 DP. And we do see the new Raidenmon here. So 1 cost to slide this underneath a Justimon gives the inheritable of when attacking, I believe it's minus 4k on a Digimon, and it's not once per turn. So with Justimon being able to attack multiple times, this is incredibly, incredibly powerful. Fantastic inheritable for sure. Really cool tech that they gave the deck. I really, really like it here. So at that point, you're kind of set up. No red here for any kind of a delicate plan. So just checking over those inheritables one last time, checking the DP gain that the tamer is going to give there. So when attacking, you can suspend him to give it a 2k buffs, making that Justimon 13,000 here. And so for every tamer, you get to activate one of his effects here. So probably going to choose the unsuspend, so you can either delete a rookie, unsuspend, or gain a 2k buff. Chooses for the unsuspend, of course, and swinging again does hit into the Crimson mode, though. Even with all those DP buffs, still not enough. I think they literally matched it at 15k there. So the Rio going to give a 2k buff, and then the Megadramon giving a 2k buff. Just not quite enough there, I guess. I do forget what that baby does, though, off the top of my head. Because if that was a DP buff, I think it would have survived. Pretty sure. As long as I'm not missing anything. We do see a Strike-Dramon there. Go ahead and Evo to pass turn. Strike-Dramon when Digivolving. Bit of a letdown. Reveal 4. And it's like just add 1 Tamer, I believe. And it's just like, really? The rookie lets me add all of the black tamers I see. Can I have like an option here? And it's like the level 5 lets you play out a tamer. You would think the level 4, instead of letting you pick up 1 tamer, would let you pick up something else. So here we're going to see the Gallantmon going to go ahead and go on top of that X antibody here. Tocado will give it Blitz, and we see the X antibody option underneath, so it can choose to Digivolve into the Gallantmon X at this point when attacking. So very, very powerful. Double Evo at the end of turn is extremely good. That's what I really like about the Gallantmon X stuff with Tocado, is it's very spicy here. So for 1 Evo goes into the Gallantmon X here. Going to get a draw for the Gigimon. Would have lots of deletion effects if there was something to delete on field here. Gallantmon X's ability, though, if it doesn't delete anything, it does get to unsuspend itself, which would be great if you could continue your turn at this point. But you're way too deep at this point into it, so you're not going to be able to gain enough memory back. You would need, literally 4 Tocados on field to gain that. Although, I guess there's not anything to delete, so there is no Tocado effect, actually. But even after all that, only 1 check. That really nice, cool combo. Doesn't have the Growlmon for the security attack +1. No tie on field for security attack +1. Yeah, it's just a massive amount of board control here without any targets to delete. So it's a little awkward there. But does give room for a very nice Crimson mode play, although 1 was hit in security, so I guess we'll see if they've managed to dig into a second copy in their deck already. Losing 1, I mean, losing half of your copies in security. It's always super frustrating. Here, though, we will see the Cyberdramon. That's the one I couldn't think of. So when Digivolving gets to play out a Rio for free, and then you get to use that Rio effect, which is really, really nice synergy. Love that combination there. See a Rio getting revealed, another Cyberdramon, and another Rio. So all the rest of your Rios are going to the bottom of the deck at this point, but you do have 2 on field already, so that's pretty solid. The Tsunarizamon is also a really nice spicy include there, just because you can get the Justimon up to the 13k so easily with the Rio. Yeah, so that's pretty awesome. Get that security attack +1 is pretty gnarly. So has the Cyberdramon, got the debate here. Do you swing or not? Does go for the swing here, so suspending the Rios to give it a DP buff. Normally cannot attack unless you have a Rio. Gains the 1 memory here. I believe that's from Strike Dramon. And then evoing into the Justimon to pass turn. Unfortunately, can't get that swing, and that Cyberdramon Digivolve would be pretty nice. Although maybe not the best, allowing them to go into another Gallantmon X. But passes turn over here, does choke them at 1, which is pretty solid. Has the Gilmon in raising area there, not too bad. And Takato on field. There it is, though. The Crimson mode for 6. Puts the opponent at 5, but when Digivolving gets to delete that Justimon, which for some reason goes to the top of the deck. And then, so Crimson mode, for every 10 cards in the opponent's trash, it gets to trash the top of their security +1. So it's a minimum of 1, and if they have 10 cards, it's trash 2. So really powerful effect here. So going to see double Kazu getting trashed. Not going to get to play them for free. That could definitely hurt really bad here. And then it's going to actually do its security check after that. And just like that, Crimson mode is a monster. If you don't deal with the Crimson mode immediately, I mean, that's pretty much game over, because it gets to attack and then trash a security immediately, and then it does its check. So yeah, that's pretty brutal. But having to dig, ouch, plays out the what is that? The Hygirmon. So trash 1, machine type, draw 2. So just trying to dig at this point. Could not quite clear everything out. Maybe throw out a blocker here, a 2 Evo blocker. Nope. 11 play cost. Ouch. Okay, so that's admitting defeat right there. So yeah, go ahead and promote up the Gilmon, and just in case there's any sort of shenanigans in there, I don't think there's literally nothing, because the Crimson mode will trash it before it even checks. So Crimson mode, Gallantmon taking game 1. So you know what that means. This is Justimon's time to shine. We do see that Tsunarizan coming down in raising area this time around, and then it's going to play out the Monodramon to start digging for Black Tamers. Do see a Rio immediately and a Kazu. Like, literally could not ask for a better reveal than that. Is going to bottom deck another one and a Strike Dramon. So bottom decking that Strike Dramon, maybe not the best, but at the same time, like, you don't need the Wind Digivolving effect of the Strike Dramon. But the Inheritable is still pretty nice. Kicking it over to Gallantmon, though, we're seeing a very powerful opening here. Gigimon into Gilmon X, into Growlmon X. Just massive draws. Like, this is a beastly opener, and plays the hero Memory Fixer to set up for next turn. Can go into a War Growl and then into a Gallantmon to pass. Oof, super rough. Ooh, desperate times. Monodramon just swinging in. He does hit into a Gallantmon, though, so goes ahead and clears that 12k body out of the way. Justimon probably will have more attack than that, though, anyways. Playing out the Kazu here, an interesting choice. Okay, so they're going to play out the Hygirmon here, going to trash 1 machine to draw 2. Instead of playing the Rio, I thought they would play the Rio and then dig for like a Strike Dramon or something. Discarding the Mega Dramon, that's kind of a dead giveaway that they have the Cyber Dramon in hand, I would say. So maybe just digging for the level 4. Again, I feel like the other one would have been better, just because it's a better dig. It digs deeper, that Rio does. So, but going to pass turn. Opponent is at 3 with that hero in a really nice position. Not going in for any big plays here. Opponent only has a rookie in raising and a rookie on field. I mean, a War Growl right now just pops that high gear and then go into like a Gallant or something to pass turn, or heck, even just play out a Takato. Play out a Takato to pass turn, and then next turn you're set up. Has the Takato. Doesn't look like they've got the War Growl, though. Ooh, super rough. Letting Justimon get one turn ahead, plays out a second Tocado. I mean, the memory gain later is going to be nice, but if that's really all you have, no search or anything, that's going to be a tight spot. Promotes up the Tsunorizumon. Kazu here, start a main phase. If you have a black Digimon in play, gain 1. Very similar to Cody for those yellow players out there. Pretty solid. Does have the Strike Dramon. Looks like they just drew it. It's on the far right of their hand there, so it looks like they just drew into it. So when Digivolving here is going to reveal the top of the deck, gets to add a Black Tamer to hand, which again, I don't know why they chose for that. The on play of the rookie adds all Black Tamers it reveals to hand. Like, you feel like Strike Dramon would be like, all right, I need to dig for my Digimon now, but I guess Rio also digs for the Digimon that you need. So Strike Dramon's just in an awkward place. I feel like it should have been like either or, like add one Black Tamer or one Black Digimon, like a Dramon. Like, even like situated like that, it still would have been a little bit better here. So we do see the Cyber Dramon though come immediately down. Does get to play out that Rio for free. Didn't want to waste the Rio play. I see that now. Didn't want to hard play the Rio for themselves to play that memory. Wanted to play it for free. So that makes pretty good sense there. Picks up a Monodramon there. Hopefully they have a Justimon in hand already. We have yet to see one get revealed off of any of these searches. But we have seen them draw lots. Lots of Evos. The Hagirmon also getting them draws. So potentially really powerful plays available to Justimon next turn, assuming they survive. Now, we'll see if Gallantmon will make an appearance or not. Definitely in a awkward position, though. But does have, like the Gilmon deletes and things like that. Or no, doesn't have the Gilmon delete. Has the Gilmon X, which increases the DP threshold, which is pretty solid. All right, we do see the War Growl coming down now. So 3 Evo cost there. I can't remember which one that is. I don't know if that's a deletion one or not. I think that's the one that gives that's the one from EX2 that increases the DP threshold there. Does have the X antibody though, so 0 Evo gets the draw, and then every time I think a Digimon gets deleted, like 2 of the Digimon gets deleted, they get, like, you gain memory back, which is pretty solid. It does get a pop, I believe, also when Digivolving, if it's got the X antibody option or War Growl in the inheritables here. And then we'll be able to trigger both those Tocados as well if they want to gain some much needed memory back. Looks like they are going to go for the Tocado play here. Go for the gain the 2 memory back. Yeah, that stack is getting outrageous. These X antibody decks and their massive Evo stacks is pretty nuts. Also has the Growlmon inheritable to gain them another memory. So now they can go into a Gallantmon. If they have a 3 Evo cost Gallantmon, that would be super great. Has to play the Fireball to draw 2. Oh, did they at least get a Gallantmon off of that one? I mean, because you can still use the Tocado to, like, blitz with. And if you got a nice, like, when Digivolving deletion effect, you've got plenty of DP increasing. I mean, that Cyber Dramon's only at 10k, I believe, right now, unless he's got a buff that I'm missing. Oh, just playing out a Gilmon to pass turn, though. Ouch. Oh, that's so depressing. Where is the Gallantmon? It's nothing like a red deck, just completely and totally breaking on you. Cannot draw into the Gallantmon here. So we'll see that Kazu gain them an extra memory again here. It's going to see that Hagirmon getting evoed and raising. Just get an extra draw out there. Hopefully they've got the Justimon. Looks like they're going to go ahead and go for the Cyber Dramon, though. Risk it for the biscuit. Does manage to survive. Gains the 1 memory. I believe that's off the Strike Dramon that does that. Does have the Justimon in hand, though. So we'll get to, when Digivolving, unsuspend itself. So it's pretty strong there. Rio still giving that 2k DP buff. So 13k, putting the Tsunorizumon live, giving that security attack +1. Yeah, I don't know what that rookie is, but I don't think it has a DP buff. I think a DP buff actually pretty great. Put that Cyber Dramon up to 13k with a Rio would be pretty strong. Oh, we're going to see the Raidenmon, though, coming down again. Raiden or Raidenmon. Yeah, that's pretty strong, though. So that 1 memory gain off the Strike Dramon actually mattered a lot being able to put that underneath. So if the Justimon survives, yeah, that's pretty solid. So it's got 2 Black Tamers in play, so it'll get to activate 2 of its Wind Digivolving effects. So can unsuspend again and delete a rookie. Could gain a DP buff if it wanted to, but at 13,000, that's going to clear every Gallantmon that's in Gallantmon. The only thing it doesn't clear is the Crimson mode, but Crimson mode's 15, so even another 2k like still wouldn't be enough. So yeah, just go for the unsuspend and go for the deletion of the rookie and the minus 4k on the War Growlmon X, which is also 8k here. So yeah, that's pretty nasty here. We'll get a D-Digivolve as well off the Cyberdramon. Goes for the Kazu, so draw 1, trash 1. What a weird effect. I don't know. That's very purple. I don't know why they have that. Gets the 2 security attacks though. Does survive. Swings again. Another minus 4k. Grabbing that memory marker too. Another minus 4k on the War Growlmon X, which will delete it. And checks the last security. 12k Gallantmon. There's that Gallantmon they were looking for earlier. And it's still their turn. That's the craziness. Like, if they had a little bit more memory or something, or had a... I don't know. Somehow had a hybrid for game. Like, they didn't need to use the Kazu. But, yeah, if they had the memory, like a memory boost and a hybrid, that'd be hybrid for game right now. Just going to play out a Kazu to pass turn. They do have the memory fixer, so you're not going to be able to choke them. But... I mean, you're still at a healthy 5 security. They haven't touched you. They don't have any rookies in raising area. They have no security left. I mean, like, what are you afraid of at this point? So we're going to see that Gilmon, the Gilmon X. So getting some decent draws here. Gets to see the Growlmon next for 2 Evo, so more draws. Like, I don't know how this deck bricks as much as it does. It's an X antibody deck. These decks draw like mad and still managing to miss out here. And yeah, just doesn't have anything here, so just goes for the War Growl to pass turn. And Justimon gonna clean it up here, put in some major work this round here. So double Kazu will gain the memory, and then that Justimon swing, unsuspends, and then can swing again. Has security attack +1 from the Sunarizamon. I love the Sunarizamon tech. That is so awesome. Let's go ahead and take a look at those decks. All right, and first up is that Justimon deck, of course. We're going to see some pretty obvious stuff. I mean, the Monodramons here, the Strike Dramons. They did have the Grumblemon. We never saw it come into play there, but didn't have quite the memory to go with it. The 4 of Justimon, and then the Raigenmon as the backup level 6. But really, this guy's just in here to place him underneath, giving that Justimon essentially minus 8k. If it attacks twice, minus 4 twice, it's super strong. Super strong. Really like that include there. Especially when you combine it with like Cyberdramon, Digivolving as well. Like, that's really powerful combinations there. Guarddramon there for a little bit of defense. Tankdramon just to turbo up into your level 5s. The Hygearmon here just for that little bit of consistency. The Sunarizamon is super awesome. I love the Sunarizamon. Absolutely, like this card is like going down in price, but this is a card that can always be good in Digimon forever. And while it's low, I definitely recommend picking up some of these guys. The 4 Rio is kind of a must. You really need to see your Rios, and having multiples in play is good. Getting to play them for free off your Cyberdramon is really good, so it makes sense to max out on these guys. The offensive plugin is a little interesting, giving that security attack +1. I mean, that is almost an OTK kind of strategy there. If you play this out, Cyberdramon checks 2, and then Justimon checks 3 on its first swing, and then it can swing for game. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. That takes a lot of memory, though, because you need 3 memory for the Justimon Evo, as well as 2 memory for the offensive plugin. It's a little awkward there, but still pretty solid. And then here is that Gallantmon. We see some pretty standard stuff here. The new Gilmons with the Gilmon X for that draw power, just in all the buffs there. The promo Gilmon's kind of awkward here because you have to Evo on top of Gigimon, promote, and then swing, get your draws, but then you have to build up a whole second stack in raising area. That's not exactly ideal. Maybe a different Gilmon here instead. Also, I'm not sure if I like this Gigimon either, simply because... I mean, once I'm to the point where I'm evoing and I'm swinging and attacking, I've already got a stack. Like, I don't really need to draw anything else. I'm pretty set. So like the draw engine here on these guys doesn't really feel like it's needed. Uh, Groundmon here, though, pretty solid. This Groundmon from the starter deck is fantastic because it's essentially just like Tocado. When a Digimon's deleted, you gain a memory. You can make some fantastic stuff with the Blitz. Blitz, when it passes turn, delete something, and then Tocado and Groundmon gain you memory back to keep it on your side. Fantastic. Groundmon X, 0 Evo, get a draw, as well as increasing your on deletion memory or your DP thresholds. The War Groundmon's here. The War Groundmon X, of course, is pretty obvious. This War Groundmon, I think it's kind of a toss-up. Do you want to increase your DP deleting threshold on your Gallantmons, or would you rather have the War Groundmon that gives you security attack +1? I guess it just depends on if you want to play really control heavy, go for this one and then just worry about deleting your opponent's stuff every single round and then using like your passives to trash security. We do see the new EX2 Gallantmon here, so again increasing those DP thresholds for your on deletion effects, which all of these combined is phenomenal when you include it with Crimson Blaze. Crimson Blaze normally 6k, but I mean with the Gallantmon X, the Groundmon X here, the War Groundmon, I mean, that's what's that, 3k, and then Gallantmon here, a 2k, so that's 5k in total. So Crimson Blaze deleting everything on your opponent's side of the field with 11,000 DP or less for only 6 play costs, which instantly is going to be at least 5, and very easily could be even lower than that. Crimson Blaze with that stack is super, 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 super scary. Crimson Mode also just a great finisher. Just finish, delete whatever's on their field. Blitz with your Tocado. It's when attacking ability will trash all their security, and then boom, you just win and attack face. The Fireball here for a little bit more consistency. Also, it just fits with the theme, I think. The X Antibody, we got to see it kind of come into play here, where it got to Digivolve into the Gallantmon X. I don't think it's overly necessary, though, in general. I think this could be better spent elsewhere on something else. And then we see the Tamers here. The Hero, instead of the Tide, just because you want to give those DP buffs to your Gallantmons and stuff, you want them to survive those security checks. Definitely makes sense to me there. Yeah, pretty solid decks. Both of them were really just right on the nose there in what they do and what their focus is, I think.